Flashy news. Only on ParanoidRadio.com, bringing you Flashy Fridays.
Tony boy.
Testicles, 1, 2. Testicles! That is right. Welcome back to Paranoid Radio Podcast, ladies and gentlemen. I am Trebles Garcia, the humble host of this amazing adventure. For the people that haven't tuned in, welcome. Thank you so much for tuning into the show. Now, I want to thank the Lord for allowing me to be here today, and I want to thank every single one of you for allowing me to enter your space. Ladies and gentlemen, I have an amazing episode lined up for all of you guys today, and I have amazing content to put out. We're dropping 4 episodes this week, so you haven't checked out the first 3. We did Janet. We did mast cell activation syndrome with Janet. That was dropped on Wednesday as a main event, and we have another main event right now that's going to obliterate the sound waves. Also, we have Warrior 7 with JB. For the people that are really interested in that true life documentary, make sure you check that out. Criminal Life. In jail and all the other stuff with this documentary. JB from Renegade Family of Light. Mad shout outs. Also, we're doing I did Kendrick live, No Filter Monday with Tank, where we dismantled the Drake and Kendrick beef and talked some shit. Yeah, that's right. So make sure you tune into that. So we came in like a wrecking ball this week, dropping bombs and attacking all these other fucking podcasts. I think they know what's up because we know more. Paranoid Radio Podcast is the best show out there. It's the best podcast on the motherfucking planet. So, ladies and gentlemen, do not forget to drop a 5-star review on Apple Podcast. That allows other people to enjoy the show as much as I enjoy making it. And make sure you check us out at ParanoidRadio.com, ParanoidRadio.com, and cuff up one of the t-shirts. That is right. Check us out at Paranoid Radio on Instagram. And you can also drop 5-star reviews on Spotify, on Pandora, and all the other platforms. So if you're listening around the world, make sure you drop a review. That really helps the show grow. Now, allow me to strike with iron is high and jump from the deep end of the pool and set the fucking mood. Introducing, that is right, business owner, patron from the East Coast, the Lion, the destroyer of fantasies, Flash, from Flashy_News1. What's up, Flash?
What's up, everybody? One of the craziest news cycles in the history of news cycles was this past week, man. We got to get into it. Let's get it.
Yo, first and foremost, you missed, motherfucker.
You missed, motherfuckers. Missed. You missed. And that was your one and only chance you're going to get. You're going to regret not taking that shot more accurately, because now what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, brother. Donald Trump is literally the walking embodiment of what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Everything they have thrown out at this man. You could just think back the last 8 years. We have sat back and watched the deep state collude with the establishment, Republicans, establishment Democrats, with the FBI, the CIA, courts, lawyers, judges, prosecutors, all to take down one man. And you're going to tell me this man is part of the club? Yeah. If he was part of the club, they wouldn't have had to deploy all of their assets. They wouldn't have had to do all of these things. And the thing that helped the deep state even allow them to be created was that they lived in the shadows and there was no faces or names to it, right? What did Donald Trump do? Donald Trump came in and started naming names, and he started putting fucking faces to the deep state. That alone, the exposure alone, is why everything is crumbling down. And like I always say, things that were always this bad, we just weren't paying attention, right? And now that everything is coming to the surface, sunlight is the best disinfectant. And these fucking people are like vampires when it comes to the sunlight. They do not want to be exposed.
That's exactly what they are.
And their whole existence was living in the shadows, working behind the scenes, being the puppet masters, right? Oh, even people that are out of politics, that, the old presidents, Obama, we see who has the control now, right? And this is why Donald Trump is so dangerous to them, right? And now the shot heard around the world. Who told us that? Q told us that there would be a shot heard around the world.
That's fucking wild.
Now, I thought it was the mug shot. It could be more than one thing.
Yeah, because that's multiple.
Mugshot heard around the world, absolutely. But what this was just a culmination of events leading up to the attempted assassination of Donald Trump. This was always going to be the end game for them, right? I just the way they did it was so sloppy. But then again, it couldn't be that professional looking either, right? Because it has to be believable that some random kid got up on a rooftop and did all this. So it can't look so professional, like a sniper from fucking 3 miles away. Bink. You know, it would be too obvious that it was set up from higher above, right? So they use this kid as a patsy, this Thomas Crooks kid, right? And there's so many questions that are coming up. Now, let me talk about what the left is saying. Blue Anon. They call us QAnon. We'll call them Blue Anon.
Okay? We jumped over 3. I love it.
These people have come up with the most ridiculous, outlandish conspiracy theories, also that they could justify their actions and not take any responsibility for their involvement in causing the temperature of the country, right? And they want to say, oh, it's because of Donald Trump's rhetoric. Listen, half of the things you think this man said, he actually didn't say. You were watching edited clips from MSNBC and CNN with no context. They cut out the 2 seconds before what he said, the 2 seconds after, so you just see, oh, a bloodbath. You don't understand that he's talking about the country and China taking away our jobs as an economic bloodbath. Not that fucking you want to see people dead in the street. So if this man was half as bad as they said, they wouldn't have to make up everything about him. They would just let him rock.
He's half bad more for them.
Right.
Yeah,
it's exactly. And that's why
he means trouble.
Their form of democracy is under attack. This fake democracy that we've all been living in. So when they say that, it's under attack, they're absolutely right. It's under attack.
You have to use their words heavy on them. Our democracy is at stake. Our as is theirs, not as ours. Exactly. The people middle class or lower class. No, their democracy is at stake, and which is don't play on words, bro. Holy shit.
Exactly, bro. And these people are fucking professionals at that shit, right? So this whole thing now. So Thomas Crooks supposedly was the shooter, right? Now, Blue Anon, like I said, the people on the left are saying that the whole thing was staged, that Donald Trump had a blood thing in his hand, a blood pill, and he went down and he popped the blood pill, and then oh my God, there was no bullets actually even fired. The guy who died didn't actually die. He was Donald Trump's friend, and he's okay. He's hanging. Everyone's fine. It was all a trick. You fucking retards. You fucking retards. Listen, these are the same people that fell for every fucking psyop and conspiracy theory that was run by the mainstream media. Oh, so we're gonna fucking go to you for what's really going on? You fell for every fucking psyop. You thought that Trump was a Russian spy. You thought he fucking peed on hookers. You thought he was fucking illegally funneling money to the Alpha Bank in Russia. You fucking thought all this shit. And now we're gonna fucking turn to you for fucking facts about what you guys think. You guys fucking wore a face diaper on your faces to stop a fucking virus that doesn't get stopped by face masks.
You can't even stop a fart. You can smell a fart through the mask. You can smell COVID.
you guys are not the arbiters of truth, okay? We all know that by now, right? But this is what they have to tell themselves in order to justify their treason. And this is what I've been saying. This is what the rhetoric has always been about, right? You're a threat to democracy. He's a Nazi. He's Hitler. So the same people that called him all of that are now saying that, oh, political violence isn't okay, and we have to take it a step down. Either you
heard him say, bro,
I heard he's Hitler and a threat to democracy, or you want to see him dead. You can't have it both ways. You can't have it both ways.
Is it because like what I said about Kendrick and the Kendrick and Drake situation? You can't pick and choose who's a pedo, bitch. Like whoever's a pedo is a pedo, even if they're on your own camp. Like this is just what it is. This is not a pick and choose. You're either hot or you're cold. You can't be in the middle, motherfucker. I'm sorry to tell you.
The lines have never been clearer. Are you on the side that wants political violence and assassinations, or are you on the side that wants closed borders, healthy children in schools, limited amount of mandating vaccines? And that we can talk about. Let's talk about that later. Trump and called RFK Jr. I want to talk about that.
If the guy has been trying to get bankrupt, if the guy has been trying to be indicted, convicted, if the guy is trying to be a tainted legacy, if the guy's trying to be shot, this motherfucker has real ops. This guy has real beef. This guy has real enemies. No, this is not a controlled opposition, bro. Like, hold the fuck. It cannot. You have to be a complete litard, like a retarded in the brain. Have two cells working together, rubbing against each other to fucking think that shit, bro. It's fucking retarded. All right,
or you're so black-pilled that you have to tell yourself that Trump is part of the system because you don't believe in any kind of hope.
I've seen people bring out the Illuminati card game. I've seen people pull out the angle and the Pac-Man thing, and there's a lot of different conspiracy theories that you could connect dots to make a theory. That's what conspiracy theories do. I know, I get it. I'm a conspiracy theorist too. And heck, you know what? I even entertained the idea that it could have been staged. And then I'm like, nah, bro. Like this is going for too fucking long, bro. There's a thin line.
That's the thing, though, is that go ahead, yeah.
There's a thin line between conspiracy theories and real life conspiracy, bro. And you cannot 100%. Twist those up. I'm a conspiracy theorist at heart. We all know that shit. This show is a conspiracy show, but like there it is. It's a conspiracy show. It's also based on facts. And this is not emotional. This is not an opinion only off emotions. These are opinions based on facts, not
logic
just
over magic. That's what it is, bro. That's what it is. And now with this whole thing, so if people are half right, though, it was staged in the way that it was staged against Trump, right? He wasn't part of it. It was staged against him. That's why it looks so sloppy and all these things, all these perfect mistakes happen just so that this kid can get this shot off, because he was not supposed to miss. He didn't miss. Trump just turned his head at the exact, and all the angles.
He wasn't supposed to miss. It would have. Remember when I told you? If it was a cop? Remember, I think it was a couple episodes ago with Flashy Friday on Flashy Friday, and I said if the cop would have not shot, the cop would have been killed. Nobody would have been tripping. If Donald Trump would have been dead today, you wouldn't have said it was staged. You guys would have. You guys would have been like, "Oh my God, the biggest conspiracy in the planet." The world was 2 millimeters away. The world was 2 millimeters away from going to shit, and you said that
from being a completely different world, bro. And that you can't tell me that God doesn't have his hand on this man. You know what I mean? Like Absolutely. You don't even have to be like bro. Like just the whole video of him exactly turning his head right when the guy pulled the trigger, and it went through his ear as if it was being pierced, bro. The shot heard around the world, right? And his ear heard it. I'm telling you, man, this is probably one of the craziest things, right? And now look at the left is the violence, right? Reagan killed by a leftist, right? Donald Trump. So now they want to say that this kid was a Republican, a registered Republican. Bro, how many Republicans do you know donate to fucking Democrats?
None.
I've never met one in my fucking life. Okay, so the reason why this kid was probably a registered Republican is because Pennsylvania has a closed primary, right? So that means if you want to vote against Donald Trump in the primaries, you would have to change your party affiliation from Democrat to Republican so you could vote against him in the primaries. That's why he was a registered Republican.
That's not sold on media. That's not sold in mainstream media.
That's so,
I never heard. I didn't even hear that until now. And even like people that knew him in school said that he was a Trump hater, that he used to make fun of kids that supported Trump and all this shit. So like, and I still think that this kid was like a patsy or a fall guy. You know what I mean? Because the pictures MK Ultra for sure.
MK Ultra for sure. Bro, he was in the BlackRock video, a BlackRock commercial. Everybody knows who BlackRock is, the evilest company in the fucking world that's buying up everything, that owns everything. And he had just so happened to be in a BlackRock commercial in 2023. So did these people get to him then? They saw this kid. He was an emotionally unstable guy, whatever. They get to him, you get him in chat rooms. It's so easy to radicalize somebody, especially someone that's been bullied in school. That's not cool. That's not getting laid. You know what I mean? All of these things are on this guy's favor, right? So I just think I think it's just, I mean, to think about this politically, that there's so many conspiracy theories about what really happened. What for sure what happened was some guy got on a roof that wasn't supposed to be there. Now all the information is coming out that they saw this guy 3 hours before the fucking thing even started. 26 minutes, they seen him with a gun on the roof. Where was the Secret Service? Where was the local police department? They allowed this to happen. It wasn't just
the Snapper PD. The Snapper even said that the ground Secret Service told them. But these are not conspiracy theories. These are conspiracies against Donald Trump. Again, it solidifies it. They're like, oh yeah, like that the ground Secret Service knew, and they waited a couple seconds so that dude could take the shot. That was wicked. That was from the fucking sniper cop. That was weird, bro. That was
and then did you see the women that were protecting him? So all of these DEI hires, right? So the head of the Secret Service is a female, right? She used to be close to Dick Cheney. She's a swamp rat. Joe Biden picked her. All this, right? As soon as she got it, what did she do? She focused on DEI. She said she wanted to hire more women as Secret Service, right? That it was important to hire more women. Now, if you look at those videos, you see the women, they can't even get their gun in the holsters. One lady dropped her gun and kicked it off the stage, bro. And like, I'm all for equality and everything, but not every job is for everybody. Okay?
The age gap, the wage gap, that was the wage gap, because you see the men head first, and the girls were behind the guys.
She was the whole, right? And like, this is no diss to women. It's just, you know what I mean? You're protecting. First of all, Trump is 6'3". You should be at least the same size of him to protect the body.
Minimum.
Of the Come on, bro. Like, this shit is so ridiculous.
No,
now.
that was you said the Homeland Security controls the Secret Service, the Homeland Security,
Alejandro
Yeah.
Mayorkas. Yup,
Here we
come
go.
on, bro. It's so now we're gonna see where this investigation goes, because now they're already trying to stonewall the investigation. They don't want to come and give their testimony to Congress. But Donald Trump was not supposed to walk out of there. You could tell, because the RNC was in on it too, the establishment Republicans. Because listen, they were gonna pick Nikki Haley, because look, it would happen one day before the convention. That's when they select the president. The nominee is at the convention. So if Donald Trump was dead, they would have been a perfect time to put someone else in there, bro. And interestingly enough, this was the first speech that I've seen in a very long time that was actually being covered live by CNN, by Fox. They were actually covering this speech. All of a sudden, they never cover this shit, bro. You got to go online to fucking Right Side Broadcasting.
Stop. Wait. Stop your fucking horses. What? DJ, fuck my life. Rewind. Go.
Yeah, bro.
What?
The first time, and I don't know how long, the mainstream media would pick up live the speech. Usually they're there, but they don't pick it up live. They just do little bits and clips of what actually happened. The first time they picked this shit up live, my man almost caught a bullet to the noggin. This shit was supposed to be on live television for the world to see, and they wanted us to get violent. They wanted us to watch
Flash, you cracked the code, bro.
Come on, bro. And not only that, people, there's a company that run by George Soros that shorted Donald Trump's stock $12 million the day before this shit happened. So did they know that it was coming? Just like 9/11, they took out insurance policies on the fucking Twin Towers, right? They were taking out an insurance policy against Donald Trump. They were betting against his DJT stocks, because if he died, that shit would have went skyrocketing down, right? So the day before, they put a $12 million short against his fucking shit. You're telling me this shit wasn't fucking set up? Come on, bro. He was not supposed to walk out of there, bro. Donald Trump was not supposed to walk out of that
in a fucking movie. This is what the fuck, bro. Oh, wait. Let's not get sidetracked. We got points.
Yeah.
Vance. VP. What's popping? Talk to me.
Okay. Now, some people have mixed emotions about this, and that's fine. No, there's no perfect pick out there. Even Vivek Ramaswamy has a shady past with pharmaceuticals. Even Ben Carson has a little bit of a shady. Everybody has kind of a shady past, right? And I like JD was on my top 3, but I just didn't want to lose a Senate seat. That was my only thing about not picking him or any other senator. Byron Donalds probably would have been a better pick, in my opinion. But and I'm also glad that. Well, thank God Trump didn't pick an establishment hack. Like, people were talking about Rubio. I said it wasn't going to be any of these people, but you never know. Rubio, Senator Rubio, Tim Scott, and then Nikki Haley, people were saying, and that's what the establishment wanted. Because if they had someone in there for their VP, they could just take Trump out, and then boom, they have the presidency. Say if Nikki Haley was the VP, they would have took Trump out like that. She would have been the president, just like that. That's what they wanted, right? So I was really happy to see that Trump didn't give into that pressure, especially after almost being assassinated. He might have felt a little bit scared and been like, yo, let me bring these people closer, because they might take me out. No, he said, fuck that. I'm going to pick JD Vance, who is a true constitutional conservative. He's an ex-Marine. He's not a politician. The man came from absolutely nothing. He came from the dirt poor, white poor area of Ohio. His mother is an addict. His father wasn't around. He fucking came from the mud.
Get out.
If you want to know about this man wrote a book about his life, and it turned into a movie. It's called Hillbilly Elegy. Watch it. Watch the movie. It is such a good movie, bro. And it really explains who this man is, right? And now people want to come up with all these conspiracy theories. Oh, he took $10,000 from the Jewish. Listen, take that shit out of here, bro. We don't got time for that shit right now. Okay, this man does what he says, and he knows how to articulate the points better than most.
Oh, he goes in raw. I seen. Bro, you sent me some videos where he breaks. He doesn't care. You know what? I like it because he doesn't even get excited like how we're screaming over here. No, like he goes like he just delivers. He will break you down in a debate. If that's who Kamala Harris is gonna debate, she's gonna lose. She's gonna
get the fucking floor wiped with him. So by him picking this pick, he's pretty much said, fuck the establishment. I'm going with someone that the base wants, the MAGA base wants, someone that's not afraid to take on the hard points. And he's married to an Indian immigrant, right? He met her at law school in Yale. Yeah. So you can't say he's racist. You can't say he doesn't want immigration because he's racist. No, he married a brown girl, has 2 little brown kids. So there goes that fucking
I fucking
argument
love
right
it.
now.
I fucking love
And
it.
I'm glad that Trump didn't pick a woman or a black man just because they're black or a woman.
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I mean,
yeah.
we don't do that on the side. We pick the best man for the job, and I
And
think
it
Trump
happens
learned.
it happens to be that he brings diversity in too. So even
Right,
people
absolutely.
that
That's
are
just
on
what it
against the
is.
fence on the white stuff. Yeah.
That's just an added thing right there. You know, and I think
Mhm.
Trump learned a lot over the last 4 years with Pence, right? And I trust him now. They must have went through a serious vetting process to find out who the best VP was. And JD Vance, we don't have to wonder. Like, he has no skeletons. He's been in the spotlight. He wrote a book. He wrote a movie. His life is out there. You know what I mean? So we don't have to worry about, was this guy doing shady shit? This is not. No, he is who he says he is. A poor white kid from a fucking shitty neighborhood. Got his family out the mud. His mother is now 10 years sober. He dealt with a heroin addicted mother as a kid. Money. JD Vance gives him that solidify. And you know what? Suburban housewives like him. The Rust Belt likes him. The Midwest likes him.
Hey,
so, you know, you look for
is he
someone
the
that's going to
first?
add a little bit, bring in some more voters.
Is he the first vice president with the beard?
It's very possible.
Wait, what? I'm over here thinking.
And he's only 39 years old, bro. He's young. So this is the future, right? This is like you're picking a VP to take the torch here, pretty much, you know. And then so losing a Senate seat though, but it's Ohio. Ohio's pretty deep red, and you know what? Vivek is from Ohio. He might take that Senate seat. That might have been the plan all along. Get him in there, let him prove himself, right? Because with Vance, we can look back the last 3 years. We can see his voting record. He's pro Second Amendment, pro First Amendment. Your votes don't lie. And that's where people, you know, because people talk a good game, but then when they get behind the day and they fucking vote, like Rubio and all these guys, you know, they vote not with conservatives a lot of times. You know, they vote for more foreign wars. You know, Tim Scott and Rubio, they're neocons, neoconservatives. They want more war. They're bought out by the defense industries and by Boeing and all these companies. So that's what you got to look for. You know, Vance, he's a self-made guy, self-made millionaire, didn't have no family money, came from the dirt. I like the pick. And I think at this point, we got to trust Trump because he knows what he's up against now. He maybe didn't in the first time.
Any motherfucker, any dude that takes a bullet to the head and comes back and pumps his fist, I'll trust you till I die.
Fight. That shit was fucking sick, bro.
We got one more. We got some more to go here, and I want to bring something in before we get out of this situation. Joe Biden's sick with COVID, and he's gonna step down. What's happening?
Yeah. So I'm firm believer that this was their plan B, right? Because if we remember a couple days ago, even last week, Biden was saying, "Oh, Trump hasn't really been tested yet. The polls are good now because he hasn't really been put in the bullseye." Literally his words. Trump has not been put in the bullseye yet. He said that to a bunch of donors. So I think the plan was obviously to take Trump out. Then it would have been a walk in the park for them to take the election, right? But now I think plan B, since Trump is obviously alive, was for Biden to get COVID, right? So now he could be in hiding for the next couple of weeks, doesn't have to do anything. And then now they're going to switch him out. He's going to step down. Kamala Harris most likely is going to be the one to step up, bro. They are in such a bad position. And listen, they just made Trump a living martyr, bro. Like that whole the way he handled it, and everyone was like, "Oh, but if it was real, why was he asking for his shoes?" Like, bro, first of all, if you listen to the audio, it says the shooter is down. The shooter is down, meaning they knew they were good now. They still got to get him out of there, but there was no immediate threat now. And Trump understands how he looks. He doesn't want to look like a little bitch with no shoes on, walking down the stairs like a little bitch.
Absolutely. Yep.
He understands that. You know what I'm saying? He's
your
very
image
aware of how the media portrays
That's
it.
what the first thing he said was, wait, and pumped his fist. It's he's a fucking G, man. That's he knows his shit.
He just knows, bro.
It's a lifelong with behind the camera, bro. He knows his protocol for him, dog.
And this is the point of having a strong leader. There were just shots fired at this rally, but because Trump showed calm and strength, the whole crowd remained calm. There was no people running and screaming and running out of there because Trump came up and he said, "Fight. It's okay. I'm okay." That's why he did that. He wanted to let his people know he was okay. And that was more important than the immediate threat that was going on, was to tell the people he's okay.
Crowd
because
control.
He knows if he wasn't, bro, this whole country could have been burning down.
Yes.
Exactly. Yeah. And then everybody looked to him and everyone calm. They were cheering. People were cheering because they saw our commander-in-chief.
Who cheers after someone gets shot? People run away when people get shot. This is wicked. All right, we got some more points. We got some more points here. You got the point. We got to run it. We're running short here on time. Florida cases gets dismissed.
Oh, shit.
Oh, yeah.
I got to take a victory lap. because I said this day was coming. I said this case would be dismissed, right? And I thought it was because they fooled around with the evidence, but really it was dismissed because Jack Smith is a rogue prosecutor. That's just not a conspiracy theory we came up with. This man was being paid by the Democratic National Committee. That's how he was getting paid, because he wasn't legally appointed through the Senate. He was never confirmed as a special counsel, because he never would have been confirmed, because he is a radical prosecutor. And like we talked about his past, that he got overturned by the Supreme Court 9-0 because he brought fake charges against a Republican nominee for governor in Missouri a couple years ago. And then the Supreme Court ripped his ass apart and said, who the hell do you think you are? You can't be doing this. So they picked this guy because they know that he's not an actual lawyer. He's a thug. He's going to do all the little tricks and all. And how many times have I said, God bless Judge Eileen Cannon? God bless this woman. She stood up, because they just figured they could run over all these judges, that nobody was going to stand up to them, that they could just do whatever the fuck they want. And she said, nah, you're not even legally appointed. You're not even a legal special counsel. You're not even being paid by the government. So if you're not being paid by the government, who is overseeing you? Who is overseeing you, bro? Who are you working? You're not working for the American people. That's for fucking sure. So that was their strongest case. Really, out of all the cases, was their documents case, because the way that the document, they set it all up and all this shit, that shit gone now. That shit is completely deaded. The case is gone. Now, the case in Georgia, same thing, is getting pushed till after 2024. Like I've been saying, bro, all these cases.
Is the New York case also on a hold until after the elections?
The New York case is done too, because it's already on appeal. That's it. It's already done. Like all the New York cases, they're all done. Or he lost, quote unquote, but it's going to get appealed, and nobody cares. His poll numbers didn't go down; they went up. That's why they tried to kill him. That's why they tried to kill him, bro, because they knew that this case in Florida was getting thrown out. They knew the case in DC was getting pushed back. He's got presidential immunity now from the Supreme Court. All of the things that they were hoping for backfired. So of course they tried to take him out, bro. But what doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
And finally, not to rush you out, but you can't stop us. Final thoughts. What's popping, Flash?
Bro. Just listen, this movement is ascending. We have God and truth on our side. And that's all you can ask for in a real political movement. That's why this isn't game. This isn't some psyop. We are the real deal. Trump started something, and maybe he didn't understand when he was starting it, what he was actually starting and what it would turn into. Maybe in the beginning he was controlled or something, but at some point he broke those chains, because he saw what was happening with the American people, that his message was actually being picked up and understood. And listen, we finally understand who the enemy is. For so long, we've been fighting each other, divided by skin color and race and religion and all of this shit, because we couldn't put a face to the enemy. We knew that there was a deep state out there doing all of these, but we didn't have a face. Donald Trump came in and put a face and a name to why we are having the problems we are having in this country. And then we watched them implode. We have been watching the deep state slowly implode on themselves, all because of one man and the movement that he started. Is he perfect? Of course not. But I firmly believe that God has his hand on Donald Trump, and he has his hand on this movement. What other way could we have possibly gotten away with all of the things that we got away with? All of the court cases, all of the impeachments, all of the hoaxes, all of the psyops, all of these things. And what? This man is still standing. All you got was a little fucking bandage on his ear. You missed, motherfuckers.
And with that, make sure you check them out at Flashy_News1. You can also find them on Paranoid Radio Podcast, paranoidradio.com, under the special guests and links, and also as a host, Flash_News1. Thank you so much for delivering this amazing fucking nuke bomb. God bless America. God bless Donald Trump, baby. Let's fucking go.
Let's go.
Paranoid Radio.